Okay, Pete, for this final section of our video today, I'd like to actually do something a little different. It's not quite a where are they now?
Okay.
So I thought we could revisit actually a moment in one of our previous videos that the moment itself in the video is good, but the showing of the video when we showed it to the congregation, it was actually kind of painful for me.
I don't remember what this is. What are you talking about?
Well, at the end of our video on where are they now, or the end of our video giving the history of Church of the Cross, was done a couple years ago.
That
There's
was
a
a
little
great video.
section full of jokes from the 1980s. Yeah, and when we showed that video,
Those were jokes.
those were jokes. And
Oh,
when we showed the video, people didn't seem to get it because I don't think enough people were familiar with popular culture from the 1980s.
I don't know, Christian. This seems kind of like a waste of time. Or is this just sort of like a weird insecurity for you? Or
No. We need to help our congregation. It's not about my insecurity. It's about a weakness among our people that we need to build up as pastor. All right, so let's welcome on Pastor Joel Bascom, our cultural critic, to help us out here.
it's a new part of his job, I guess.
That's right. Yes. Pastor of pop culture. Well, there he is. Hey, Joel.
Hey, Pete, question. How interesting to just suddenly pop up on Zoom with you.
Well, we appreciate, we know you're available at all times when we have questions about pop culture, music, movies, books. That's kind of your area.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, I have a podcast.
Yes, that's right. Now,
Also, for those of us who don't know, is this like Joel where he's not working or something, like all extra fancy?
Oh yes, this is how I always dress at home.
Ah, it's nice to know you dress down for work.
Yeah, and Joel, is there tea in that cup, or?
I won't talk about that.
Very good. Well, Joel, the reason we called you.
Yes. Let's get to the substance of this, please.
Yes. Yeah. We need you to help build up our congregation and help them understand. A few years ago, when we did a video, we realized there's a lack of knowledge of 80s pop culture, and so we need your help with that. And so we thought maybe we could show the clip of the video that was met with deafening silence by our congregation. And kind of remind people of it, and then we would have you walk through it and explain why it's funny.
Yes, absolutely. I would be thrilled to explain why it's funny.
Because nothing else makes something funnier than explaining why it's
absolutely funny. It'll just make it even funnier.
Yes.
See, I always thought it was actually the other way, that as you explain it, it gets less funny.
No, you're wrong. Yeah. You're wrong.
Well,
I'll have to explain why that's funny. I'll have to explain why that's funny later, Pete.
Okay, we'll have a personal counseling meeting or something. Anyway, I'll find the video.
Sounds good.
Which, to be clear, I was not sure this was happening, but I just keep this video up at all times on my desktop. Just never know when I'll need to appease Christian with some 80s references.
Very good.
So let's watch it once, and then we'll come back.
Okay. Now, I don't know why you all think I'd be so good at the 80s since I'm actually 32 years old, but fair enough.
Don't you have an 18-year-old daughter?
Thanks for coming this week to Play and Pray. Remember, next time to wear your workout gear, we're going to do a Jane Fonda video. Bring your thigh master. We're going to listen to some Sandy Patty. Lots of activity, ladies, because girls just want to have fun. Oh, wait. No, it was Baby in a corner. Who shot JR?
Oh, where's the bee?
Hey, honey, it's time to go.
Can I bring this road?
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Just say no.
No.
That's funny. Man,
there is so much.
And yet in the video, Christian, you're asleep at this point.
Yeah, well, that's funny too. That's a joke.
Are you wearing the same shirt? No, you're not.
Well, I guess all right. So there's like a few cultural references here. I don't even know how I can get each of them. There's so many, and they're so witty, and they're so funny. All of them one after another. How do you expect me to do the analysis with so much content?
Thank you. Thanks.
I mean, as a cultural critic, I guess I'd say do an analysis or your job's on the line. I mean, right?
Fair enough. And tell the guy who says it's funny, who's my boss, that it is. That's part of my job as
That is
well.
a good choice.
Yes.
You're finally learning how things work.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's roll, and I'll see what I can do here.
Thanks for coming this week to Play and Pray. Remember, next time to wear your workout gear, we're going to do a Jane Fonda video.
Yeah.
Bring your thigh master.
Okay, pause that. Okay, couple things here. First, Jane Fonda, for those of you who don't know, a very, very popular two-time Academy Award-winning actress, also a political belligerent, who was very popular in the 60s and 70s. Her father was an Oscar-winning actor as well. During the 80s, she put out a very popular line of workout videos. Also, the Thigh Master was another popular fitness product, but I won't go into too many details about that one. Keep rolling.
Some Sandy Patty. Lots of activity, ladies, because girls just want to have fun.
Yes, pause that, Pete. Okay, a couple things. For those of you who remember Special Music, Sandy Patty would be very, very much in line with that. She was a popular Christian artist in the 80s, a very big voice, and then Girls Just Want to Have Fun, a popular 80s reference, popular Cyndi Lauper song of the 80s. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
I believe the album was She's So Unusual, which
I have no idea about the album. As I said, I wasn't growing up during the 80s.
Good,
so,
good one.
But I just know this because, wow, tea is spilling, pardon. I just know this because I just know stuff. Go ahead, Pete.
I know who Sandy Patty is. Just want to say.
Oh, good. Fantastic. Also had tea in the window of one of her album covers.
Wow.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No one puts baby in a corner.
Ah, yes. Pause that, Pete. Thank you. Okay. Nobody puts baby in the corner. A famous line from the 1987 sleeper hit Dirty Dancing, starring Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. Personally, I never saw the film. Go ahead, Pete.
Wait, can I just add here? In the movie, it's a woman named Baby. But
I don't think anybody really cares about that.
No, but in the video, it's a baby.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, that is funny, but also just it's a pop culture reference, so that's funny.
Yeah.
Why did they name a woman Baby?
Keep rolling, Pete.
Who shot JR?
Who shot JR? Now, this is very, very funny. The reason this is very, very funny is...
Reverse it a little bit.
What?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
I thought you weren't wanting me to stop yet. I went a little too far ahead.
Oh.
So you just keep talking.
Okay. The reason Who Shot JR is funny, of another popular cultural reference. In the early 80s, there was a very, very famous primetime soap opera called Dallas. And they had a very famous cliffhanger episode featuring the main character, JR. He had been shot, and the question was, who shot him? Keep rolling, Pete.
Didn't The Simpsons do that? Who shot Mr. Burns?
Yes, The Simpsons got it from somewhere.
Did they? Or maybe...
Yes, that's why it's funny what The Simpsons did. I mean, that's why this is so funny.
She just said,
where's the beef? Yes, where's the beef? For those of you who grew up in the 80s, where's the beef was a catchphrase from a very popular commercial for the fast food chain Wendy's. Featured an older lady who had gone to a different fast food restaurant where the patties on the burgers weren't very big. So they were asking,
where's the beef?
Yes, that's why it's funny. Yes,
she became famous. That woman.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was super famous.
Yes.
Time to go.
Can I bring this road?
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Ah, yes, Pete. Very, very funny. The reason that's funny is because there was a very famous line from Back to the Future. It's actually the last line of the film, spoken by the irrepressible Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown. It's the last line of the film, and it's right before the DeLorean that has been made into a time machine whizzes off into the sky. That's why that's funny.
Okay.
Keep going.
Just say no.
Just say no. Now, this might not be quite as funny because it's a serious topic, but it's funny because of the fact that just say no was the slogan that Nancy Reagan, who was the first lady during the 80s, for those of you taking notes, she coined this catchphrase as a way to stop drug use during the 80s. So that's why that's funny.
Yeah. So again, wasn't actually meant to be advice to a parent disciplining their child. Well, sort of, but it was about drugs. So bringing it into a play and pray, well, maybe that's inappropriate. Well, anyway, thank you, Joel, for your help. I think now folks can just fully appreciate the depth of that 20-second clip.
It's my privilege, and I do have to go soon because I have another 6 podcast interviews to conduct.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks, Joel.
Yeah.
And I guess thanks everyone else. Sorry for this last one. Again, sometimes you just got to do things, make certain someone feel better.
We all feel better.
What was that?
We all feel better.
Yeah, we do. Well, bye.
Bye-bye.
Ellis, do you want to say goodbye too then?
Why?
Put your hand up and say goodbye.
But instead, I wanted to address really what was a pretty serious problem with one of our previous videos. What problem is that, you're wondering? Well,
yeah.
let me tell you. So, I'm expecting a little dialogue here. I'm expecting a little.
I was trying to find the dialogue. I was like, "Oh crap, what's he doing?"
What problem was that? You're like,
I was trying to bring it, and I got stuck on my own throat. All right, we'll try that again.
all right, here we go. Ellis, don't make us laugh, man. Don't make us laugh. We got to be serious here. You got to be character.